You notice I gave Bill a little kiss on the way up. It's because I got a god-awful cold. Bozo, that was for you. I made some notes for Bozo's memorial. Actually, I wrote it 30 years ago when I first met him. Because I learned something with Dale. You never say, "How are you?" Because when you do, you've got 30 minutes and you need a medical professional next to you to tell you everything. I remember the first time we were talking about the old days and stuff, and I guess another 20 years ago, the first time I heard Dale on the air. Truckin Bozo, who's we got here? This is Booger. You seen Brain Dead? I said, man, I got to hear this. I pulled over and sat there for an hour. I mean, it was just some great stuff, and I learned so much about trucking with a Bozo. Not that I didn't know about it before, because I'd seen them going down the road, and when I was a kid, you go like this, they go, ha, that kind of thing. I thought they were the coolest guys in the world, and I was really flattered when Bozo called me one day and said, I want you to help me do this was supposed to be some kind of a driver. Some of you guys might remember this. That I did is Earl Pitts American with Dale. Yeah. He said, I want you to be Earl Pitts, and we're going to do a driver's safety video. And so we did. We were doing shots here, shots there. Finally, they wanted a shot of both of us sitting in the cab. So Bozo's instructing Earl on how the safe ways of driving and things and stuff. So I'm sitting there, and so they're doing these, the crews going around, and they're doing shots from here and shots from there. Finally, the director, and Bozo's sitting over here beside me in the cab, and the director says, all right, we need you to back it up about 3 feet. Say, I can't drive no truck. I said, Bozo, you want to get over and back this thing up? Bozo said, I can't drive a truck either. Bozo can't drive a truck, but he sure knew how to take care of the guys that did drive the trucks, and that was the best. But Bozo and I became friends really later on. I did afternoons, Bozo did all nights. I'd see him at the Christmas party. I might see him, a couple times that year doing things. And we were friends, but we were more acquaintances until Bozo moved to Florida about the same time I did. And I'll never forget it one day. I didn't know he'd moved to Florida. I'm sitting there, phone rings, hello? Hey, it's Bozo. What's up, man? Where you live in Florida? I said, Dunellen. How far is that from Inverness? I said, let me see, about 20 minutes. How you doing, neighbor? And if I could say, in radio, that's what I kind of said at that point in time. I knew we were both going to get in a lot of trouble together. And we did, and we had the best times in Florida. I mean, I'd be at his house, he'd be at my house. I was trying to get him to take up golf or something to exercise, but all he cared about was that radio show. I know, because when I retired, he said, how could you do that? And I said, well, I'm the kind of guy that doesn't want to die behind a microphone. I want to see what else is out there. I was a musician. I want to play some music again and that kind of stuff. But not me. And think about it. He worked on the air until the end. That's what he did, by God. And he did what he loved. He did exactly what he loved to do all the way through. And I have ultimate respect for him for sticking with it. That's what he lived for, was you guys, you drivers, he lived for it. It's what he talked about, what he knew. And he was just that kind of guy. Sean asked me to tell, I won't take too long here, Sean asked me to tell a story kind of illustrating. We ragged on each other pretty good too. And I have to tell you one time how he really nailed me pretty good. One night, we were going out to dinner, a place called Stump Knockers in Dunellen. And it was Lumpy. And should I not tell this? Sean said it could. I'll clean it up a little bit. But it doesn't take much to clean up, actually. So we're all Carol's mom and dad, who are very nice middle-class Americans. You know, they're just nice people. They're poised, and they're well-mannered. Carol is the same way. I watch her and do what she does, so I can get by. And Bozo and Lumpy are sitting there. Of course, Lumpy's very well-mannered. Bozo, right between the salad and dinner, it was taking a little longer than he wanted. He had ordered something fried, by the way. So Bozo lifts up his shirt like this. Well, when Bozo lifts up his shirt, you know what went out over the table? At belly. I'm looking at him like, what are you doing? And he reaches over and he's got his not his utensils, but his tools here. And he picks up a hypodermic needle. I said, what the hell are you doing? Shoo! He sticks it in his belly. I looked at Carol's mom. Carol's dad. Carol. I said, Bozo, you can't give yourself a shot at the dinner table in a restaurant, in the stomach. Bozo looked at me and said, I could have given it to myself in the butt. And as a matter of fact, he could have. And you know, after hearing some of these stories, I'm surprised he didn't. Because he was a guy who did what he kind of felt like doing, and we all admired him for that, and he certainly made a great career out of it. I will miss him. I will miss those times that we sat on my dock solving the problems of the world. If only there had been a microphone up there or something, because we did solve those problems. We didn't agree. He thought I was a communist. Yeah. And I thought he was, you know, so far right, you know, if he was on that side of the eagle, it would have fallen off the face of the earth. But we found common ground in the fact that we both cared about something. And it was about each other as friends. And I was so happy to have the Truckin Bozo as my buddy.